Welcome to the Divorce Angel podcast. I'm your host, Tanya Summerton. Attention business owners, senior managers and executives. Your successful separation begins right now. We have the answers to the questions you did not even think to ask. Let's face it, you're already successful in your career and we're here to help expand your knowledge and limit your costs by designing a strategy for your divorce. We take all that business knowledge you've acquired and we put it to work. With proven strategies, systems and processes, we've saved our clients tens of thousands in legal fees and helped define their future. And now we're doing the unthinkable. We're revealing the secrets the lawyers have tried to hide and giving you our formula for 5 steps to a seamless divorce. We're changing the world one divorce at a time, so stay tuned. Hey friends, and welcome back to the podcast. Today I thought we would have a chat about something that is probably a little bit outside of the box. And the thing with the divorce industry and what I call the divorce ecosystem is there's so many pieces of the pie. Not only do we need lawyers and financial advisors and accountants and real estate agents and so many other experts to help us get organised, and that's why you will have heard me say before, divorce is so much more than going to a lawyer, because we need all these different sorts of experts to help us get through and finalise our divorce. Now, I've just been on a Zoom meeting with a colleague of mine over in Canada. I love her to bits. She's amazing. She's been a divorce attorney for over 20 years, so she's got a lot of skill in this area. And because we help people all over the world get organised and prepared for their divorce, it's always really important for me to understand what different countries are doing and why they're doing it the way they're doing. But ultimately, the rule of thumb is it does not matter what country you are from, the preparation is the same everywhere. And it's the biggest thing that people simply do not get right. They turn up to their attorney or their solicitor or lawyer and they just sit there and it's like they want to be entertained. And maybe the word entertained sounds like you're wanting fun. But if you put yourself in the position, you might be there right now. There's so much going on in your life. You are so out of control that you're looking for someone to put control or formalities back into your life, just so you feel like you've got some stability somewhere. And it's the biggest issue. This is the problem. The problem is that when we go to a lawyer or an attorney, the problem is we are at our most vulnerable. We are in the most disarray that we've ever been in our entire life, yet it's the time that we need to be the most organised. So can you see why there's such a disconnect in the divorce ecosystem? Like, it's so fundamentally flawed. Even when we feel our worst and we feel like nothing is going right, we then go when we're at our most vulnerable and talk to a lawyer and everything just gets worse. It just gets even more out of control. So on my meeting today with Val, we were talking through some of the issues that she sees and certainly some of the issues that I've witnessed. And the great thing is because I've been through a divorce, I come from a place of having dealt with it firsthand. So it's not like it's just lawyers talking to lawyers. It's actually, I'm representing you, the person that's going through the divorce, and she's coming from a perspective of this is what I've witnessed and what I've seen, and this is why it costs so much money, because my job is to save you money. But if no one else is sharing this information, where do you get it from? And let's say, I want to be known as the fountain of information when it comes to divorce. I want to help people all over the world get through this. Val and I were having a chat and I said to her, look, this is what I've witnessed. I've seen that people just turn up to lawyers and they expect the lawyer to pretty much, and the word that comes to mind, and please don't take offence to this, is babysit them. And if I put myself in that position, that's probably what I sort of semi-expected from my lawyer as well. Now, I've got a very process-driven background and come from an operational and auditory place of business. So I knew a lot of this stuff and naturally just did it, which helped me, and let's be honest, fumble my way through my divorce because it was already inbred in me. It was something that I was doing on a day-to-day basis. So I'd already turned up with a lot of it in tow because it's just what I do. But I am one of probably a 0.0001% of people that had a job like that would naturally just prepare the way I did. Now, a lot of you guys out there don't even have any idea what I'm talking about. You have no idea what it looks like to be prepared to go and see a solicitor or an attorney. And what do they want to ask you? What do they need to know? In this conversation that I was just having with Val, she was just saying to me, people turn up, write down their name. How do you spell that? We've got to ask some questions about their children, about how much they've earned, what assets they brought into the relationship. And this is the stuff that my clients turn up to our lawyers with already put together, because this is the key. Divorce is such a resource-intensive process, and there's no machine and there's nothing that can streamline it or get it done quicker for you. You must do the work yourself. Now, what does that mean? It means if you're not prepared, and you've heard me say this before, you must be prepared and planned, and then you're protected. They are my 3 Ps of divorce: prepared, planned, and protected. So right now we're talking about the prepared part. You must make sure that you have your information all put together and you can supply it to your lawyer. Can you imagine how much time and money that saves? Because straight from the get-go, if you're handing over a resource that has provided all of the history of your relationship, the lawyer can get straight into fixing the problem, or this is how I think we should tackle this, or this is my advice, or this is actually your legal entitlement given the information that you've provided me. So right from the start, you're getting value, really, really great value from your first meeting with your attorney because you've turned up prepared. This scenario that I have just painted to you right now is, if anything, maybe 2% of people would tackle a legal meeting like that. We've all heard, and we've heard the accountants say before, the people that keep all their receipts in the shoe boxes. I've heard stories from lawyers and attorneys where people have just turned up and, they've got a folder or a bag next to them. Oh, hang on a minute. Let me just go through and provide this to you. Oh, let me just give you this. And this might sound like you, or this might be what you were thinking that you needed to do. Going to a lawyer that way is going to cost you coin. It's going to cost you money. And I want everyone to walk away from their relationship with their hard-earned money in their back pocket so they can spend it on their future, not on a legal bill. Hopefully you're understanding what I'm trying to say. I don't want you to spend your money on a legal bill. I want you to be prepared, planned, and protected. Val and I were just talking about also where she sees some of the greatest issues. And like I said to you, the word babysitting come to mind. She said when her EA or her receptionist has to follow up information from a client, that's time. It's a resource. It's time. She's running a business. And the other thing is, lawyers, even though a lot of us think that they do, they make a lot of money from being a lawyer, the truth is the complete opposite. Unless someone is a very, very big business and the owners might be making big money, but the solicitors themselves doing the work, they're not making a great deal of money. As much as what society might think, it's not true. And there's a lot of battling lawyers out there that are trying to do the best that they possibly can. And in a lot of cases, they want to help more people, but they can't help volumes of people because the clients that they do have are so unorganized. As I've said at the start of this, if you think about it right now, if you're going through this stage, your whole mind is disorganized. Everything inside of you feels completely unnatural and out of control. So how can you be in control of something when you even know where to start? I'm not pointing fingers. What I'm doing is outlining the issues that we have in this ecosystem. The ecosystem is broken because people just are not aware of these issues. But this is the risk that you're running. So if you're at the stage where you're about to interview a lawyer, or even just, you've already hired a lawyer and working with one, hopefully you can see by what I'm sharing here that not being organised or prepared is very, very costly. And all you need to do is, if you're not emotionally strong enough at the moment to deal with this, don't use your lawyer as a counsellor. Go and have someone who can calm you down and help you feel a little bit more in control of your life, because you need that control to be able to manage your legal team. And this is the key. The lawyer's not the babysitter. You're the babysitter. It's your job to manage the lawyer. And that's what's so hard about this whole thing, because we've never dealt with anything like a major life experience, such as a relationship breakup where everything feels like it's falling apart, but at that very moment in time is when you need to be your strongest. Like, the whole thing is contradictory, isn't it? My goal is to help you. My goal is to give you this information and put it together so it can make your life easier. So the team and I have put together what we call the Covert divorce plan. It's a very short group of videos that can help you understand what information you quickly need to be putting together and how you provide that to your lawyer on your first meeting. We've made it at such a cheap price point that it can save you thousands of dollars. Now, Val has just pointed out that for some clients at this initial stage, it can be anywhere up to 10 hours worth of work. So just imagine it, 10 hours worth of work. And if your lawyer is charging, let's say $400 an hour, that's $4,000. $4,000. Now, please don't give it to them. I want you to be prepared yourself. We're going to charge this, or it's going to be charged at something like a few cups of coffee a week. It will be so cheap that you will be so in control of not only what your lawyer is going to ask you, but you are going to be prepared. You're going to have a solid folder that you can give to your lawyer at your meeting. So you're not going to be wasting time on going over history or how do you spell your name, what are the ages of your children. You're going to have that in your folder and you're going to be able to provide it to your lawyer. So hopefully you can understand why this is so critical. And the team and I have put this together pretty much as a gift, because we're giving it away pretty much for nothing, just to help people get through this and to be able to help you. This is not a time to go it alone. It simply isn't. There's too much on the line here. If you do not get the proper intel into what goes on behind the scenes, you will make the same mistakes that everyone before you have. So do yourself a favor and get a copy of this course. It's called the Covert Divorce Plan. You can start compiling all of your information and we show you how to put it together to present it at your legal meeting. You will be so far in front of most other people, your lawyer it'll be blowing their mind. And I can tell you right now, your partner will not be doing anything like this. They will not be prepared in any way, shape or form as to how we are going to show you through this course. So if this sounds like something that is going to help you and help you get through this really emotional time, go to www.tanyasummerton.com, go under programs, and you will see under programs the Covert divorce plan. Now, as I said, I have priced this at practically giveaway price, given the work that the team and I have put into it, just to help you get through this. It is a must. It is a must for everyone that is going through a divorce. So do yourself a favor and get on there now and get your copy and get started, because it's even blowing the lawyers' minds. They're just saying, look, if every client did this course before they come to us, we could help so many more people. We would have so many more people that understand what's going to happen when we go through our initial meeting, and you're going to save a fortune. And I want you to have that money for your future. I don't want you to spend your hard-earned money on a legal bill. You need to control this situation, not your lawyer. So don't forget, get onto my website, tanyasummerton.com, go to programs, and under programs, there's the Covert divorce plan. And it is what every person who is going through a divorce should be doing before they have their initial meeting with their lawyer. All right, guys, that's it for this week, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye for now. Thanks for listening to the Divorce Angel podcast. Go behind the scenes of my business to learn the secrets no one else will share. Deep dive into the Divorce Angel process and listen to our most popular episodes over at tanyasummerton.com. If you love this episode of the podcast, do me a favour and head over to iTunes and subscribe and leave a review so we can reach more people and change more lives. That's all for now, and I'll catch up with you next week.